2021. So thank you so much, science teachers led by your HOD. And I also want to thank you students for requesting that we have the science week. It shows that you know the importance of the week in your academics. It's not just for entertainment, it's about learning. It is about improving our grades in the sciences. It is about I, as the student, improving my grade in the sciences. It's about myself as a student, improving my content mastery. So take this week very seriously. Just keep reflecting in yourself the importance of dedicating even some time meant for other classes to be in the science week. Never take it for granted. So as we begin, I want to urge each one of you to do what you can. I remember when I was in school and I was young, we would listen to the radio programs, the education programs, and there was the science one where it used to say, science is what is around us. So even now, when you look at your neighbor, even just around you, there's a lot of science. There's the air, isn't it? And air, we have the oxygen, isn't it science? You are breathing in. What are you breathing in? Yes, I can hear girls say that they are breathing in science. Yes, you are breathing in oxygen. And breathing out? Carbon? Carbon? Carbon 4? Isn't it science? And a lot of science taking place within ourselves. We cannot see, but there's a lot of science. So there's a lot that each one of us can learn. We are living in a very dynamic world. Things keep changing. By the way, when we look at what man has so far invented, at times we think that we have come to the end. You know, at times you look, we have is it called the smart TV? You have the most modern cars that we could ever have. You have the most modern computers. You know, everything is just so modern. And you think that there's nothing that can be done. Because we live in a dynamic world. The world keeps changing. And we keep encountering new problems every other time. It means that we can still look at those problems and try to come up with solutions to those problems. And that is what science is all about. First, you become very curious. What is happening around? What improvements can be made at this point? How can we sort out the issues that are affecting us? Currently, we have the corona, the COVID-19. Can we get a solution to that virus? There's something that I understand that has never been done. That viruses are very difficult to deal with, but could be. There's a solution to the virus issues in the world by a student at mt.kinangop. And it might start today. So let us take these things very seriously. Let us know that there are new challenges that keep coming up every other moment, and let us endeavor to find solutions to these problems. Some look very simple, some look very complicated, but we can do it. All right, guys? So let us take this week very seriously. Give it all your best. And I want to believe that if it comes from you, and I know you love the week, don't you? Except maybe the formula. That's another science, eh? Yes. happened? But I'm sure there is some science behind it. Yes. What is the science behind it? Expansion of air. What has caused the expansion of air? Pardon? Does it have anything to do with the rising temperatures? Yes. Good. That's beautiful. Science is all around us, isn't it? Yes. So what we are saying, let us have the science week at heart. Let us have the science week at heart. So that we move ourselves in such a way that we do not have to have the teachers around in order for you to do what you are required to do. I am happy the deputy has talked about us, or you students having behaved very well over the weekend. And she's even hopeful that at one day we can move out of school, all of us, and you will drive yourselves. By the way, I'm very positive about it. I know a day will come when we shall hardly have a student to punish. You have some tasks to be done, and you are looking around for a student to do it as a punishment, and you cannot find. Is it possible to get to that level? Yes. Can we start that within this science week? Yes. We can start it, isn't it? Yes. Where we just do the right thing, right from within us. And if we are able to do the right thing and create a lot of time when teachers are around, we can even do much better if we do the right thing and create more time because we know what we are supposed to be doing and where we are supposed to be and at what time. Remember, there's a common saying that when an egg is broken from outside, life is destroyed. But when an egg is broken from the inside, life is created. Because that moment when the egg has a chick growing in it, and we go and break it, even when it is just a day to hatching or a few hours to hatching, what will happen to that chick? It will. But if we wait for that egg to have the break or the breaking from the inside, we get a chick. So if you can just put in the right thing in you and decide that I will move myself because this is what is supposed to happen, you will create a life. You will start seeing a personal improvement in what you are doing. You will start accepting yourself the way you are. You will start appreciating that you can move to the next level, and you will start making improvements in your life as a student and for the future. So let us yearn to have that intrinsic motivation that I'm doing this because it will benefit me as a student. I am moving from point A to B because I need that KCSE certificate. Remember, we've been reminded this morning that we only have one, which is KCB. Keep remembering that you may have another one. There's one called a birth certificate, but that one everybody gets. It's granted by the fact that you were born. Probably you went to church and you were baptized and you got a baptism certificate. You don't have to work very hard to get that one too. You did standard 8 and you got a certificate. And for those who do not have certificates, kindly go for them. You need it. The only thing that some of us have is the result slip. You need the Kenya National Examinations Council, KCPE certificate. But now there is this other one that is coming, which is much more important, KCSE. So purpose in your heart that I'm going to do the right thing because I want to get a good certificate. Alright? And when it comes from you, you will find yourself doing the right thing. The other girl will be doing the right thing. The next girl will be doing the right thing. And at the end of the day, we shall have a class that is very composed, working very hard, doing the right thing, creating a very good atmosphere for everybody, encouraging each other to move and to read, encouraging teachers and motivating teachers to come to your class and teach and deliver to their best of ability. And at the end of the day, we shall have a mt.kinangop Girls Secondary School that is so good, that is so nice, that we all would wish to be there at every other moment of our lives. That is how we shall make mt.kinangop greater. It is already a great school. It's a school I love with a passion, and I want the best for the school. And when you talk about the school, it is not the buildings. It is you, the students. It is the students. So yearn to do what is right. Yearn to do what is right. And you do it scientifically. And we begin today. Remember, scientists are very serious people. And I recall when I was in school, in secondary school, I went to a small school. I later learned that it was just a county school when I had long left the school. But it made me who I am today. I remember we used to have 3 streams. It was a girls' boarding school. And when we chose subjects, actually we didn't choose. I remember we were put in classes depending on our ability. I found myself in a class that was taking 3 sciences and accounting. We used to do accounting, commerce, and economics. So I found myself in that class. We were called 3Q, and of course when we moved the following year, we became 4Q. And the rest of the girls would envy us, but also ridicule and mock us. And they kept calling us scientists and engineers. And we decided to become engineers and scientists. Finally, I didn't become a science teacher. I became a humanities teacher, but it helped me to pass my exams and proceed to the university. So, girls, you can also do very well. Believe in yourself. Accept to be called a choppy. In any case, where are we here? Do we fear being called choppies? Would we fear being called scientists? And everybody, by the way, is a scientist. Another science behind there. You are replying greetings very well. mt.kinangop scientists? Yes. Getting science done. So everybody is a scientist, isn't it? How I wish that in my former school everybody was an engineer and a scientist, because everybody would have gone to the university. And I remember, by the way, in those days, it is only girls in 4Q that made it to university. So tell your mind good things, because your mind believes what you tell it. Tell your mind good things. Tell your mind, I can do science. Tell your mind, that science has been sat there in the curriculum of Kenya, because whoever put it there believed that it could be done by students of my level. And I'm a student in Kenya, and I can make it. Let nobody lie to you that sciences are difficult. In fact, I hear if there is anything that is easy to pass, it is the sciences and the mathematics. Because you don't have to do a lot of reading the way we read in history and geography, my teaching subject. It's not true. You only need to tune your mind positively and accept that this is done and it is supposed to be done at this level and I'm supposed to pass. And you will realize a positive improvement. in your performance. So what does it take us to do well in sciences? Be curious, be keen, ensure that you have the notes, read them, revise, and try to apply whatever you have learned to solve problems in the society. That is what I hear is called the high order thinking application. Just be a critical thinker. Be a critical thinker. And dedicate a lot of time to your work. Participate in group activities. Listen to others and contribute actively. And you will make it. So, as we move on with the Science Week,